on the cabinet that was held yesterday. And it's over to you, Minister.
Thank you very much, colleagues. Thank you very much, Sis Pumla and colleagues, for all of us to be here once again to get a post-cabinet briefing. We had a cabinet yesterday, so this is just to appraise you of matters that were discussed and decisions taken yesterday at cabinet. The first issue that we want to speak to is something that we spoke to in our last meeting, the National Health Insurance Bill, which is now before Parliament. We are then, as Cabinet, calling on all members of the public to engage with the NHI bill, and the parliamentary process will obviously afford the entirety of the public with another opportunity to engage with this bill. You will know that the public did engage with this bill when it was with the executive. So now they will have another bite at this bill as the Health Portfolio Committee takes this bill for consultation with all our people. Once this bill is passed into law, the bill will give effect to universal access to health care to all citizens in our country, irrespective of their socio-economic background. This right, as we all know, is enshrined in the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. Cabinet remains confident that the National Health Insurance Bill the National Health Insurance will be implemented in a phased and responsible manner. An implementation plan will be developed and published once the bill is passed into law. So we are very confident that we are not a government that is not aware of the difficulties that we might be faced with from time to time. So people must know that we are a responsible government. So whatever we do, including on this bill, when it is passed into law, how we implement the National Health Insurance, that will be done in a manner that is responsible. The second issue we would like to speak to, the last time we were here, we indicated to you that the President will be visiting Tanzania and attending the SADC summit. We have since received a report as Cabinet on the President's visit to the United Republic of Tanzania. As you also know, this visit included a business delegation to advance intra-Africa trade and investment. As part of the outreach program, the President also visited Morogoro, which hosted South African freedom fighters at the time. He also laid a wreath at Mthembu Tower in honor and memory of all South Africans who died in exile. President Ramaphosa also led the South African delegation to the 39th Southern African Development Community SADC Ordinary Summit of Heads of State, where his Tanzanian counterpart, President Magufuli, assumed the chairpersonship of SADC. In his capacity as the SADC facilitator to the Kingdom of Lesotho, President Ramaphosa presented a report on developments in the facilitation process during the SADC Tracker Summit of the Organ on Politics, Defense and Security Cooperation held on Friday, the 16th of August 2019. The third matter we are speaking to is on the meeting between Brazil, South Africa, India and China, referred to as basic countries, a meeting that was held on the 28th a meeting that was held on the 14th to the 16th of August, the 28th basic climate change meeting. With regard to that meeting, Cabinet welcomed the ambitious climate change action undertaken by these basic countries in support of international agreements in the pre- and post-2020 period, notwithstanding the multiple socio-economic challenges all these countries are faced with. Cabinet supported the call by the basic countries for developed countries to provide adequate finance, technological transfer, and capacity building to facilitate the effective implementation of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, its Kyoto Protocol, and the Paris Agreement in a manner that does not increase the indebtedness of developing countries. The item will come to now are cabinet decisions. The first cabinet decision is on a new model of service delivery we have referred to as a district-based service delivery model. This model was presented and its rollout to the entirety of the country was presented to Cabinet by the Minister of COGTA, Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma. Cabinet approved this new district-based service delivery model as an important innovation in the implementation of service delivery programs. The model, which currently focuses on 44 districts and 8 metros, will ensure coherence and integration in planning, budgeting, and implementation of service delivery projects and programs in all districts by all 3 spheres of government, the national sphere, provincial sphere, and local sphere, working together for delivery of this district-based service delivery program. The model is anchored on the Intergovernmental Relations Framework, which provides for a framework for a coordinated and integrated alignment of developmental priorities and objectives between the 3 spheres of government. It is also meant to enhance other alignment initiatives like integrated development plans, IDPs, with a clear focus of implementing one plan in each district across all spheres of government. President Ramaphosa will be the champion of the model, supported by Deputy President David Mabuza and the entire executive, provincial premiers and their executives, as well as local and district mayors, together with their ESCOs, will be part of the implementation of these district-based service delivery models. This is quite exciting because in our architecture and framework of service delivery, we will all now working together as government, focus and zoom into a district so that all of us, as we work in whatever area, we are not working in silos. All provincial departments, all national departments will then zoom in a particular district, working together so that we enhance the delivery of services in that district. We will also have at national level a war room where we will plot all projects that are in all districts, all 44 districts, and all 8 metros, so that the president and the deputy president will have line of sight of what's happening anywhere in our country. What are the projects? What are the public-sponsored projects in all districts? What are the projects that are emanating from our private partners that are also plotted on these district maps that we will have in our war room? So the war room is being crafted in a similar vein as the war room on the implementation of the NHI. So we are very excited, because through this project, you will then, through this district-based delivery mechanism, you will know what government and everybody else is doing in a particular district. But more than that, you will also know what is it that we are not doing. What are the challenges? At a glance, you will know that, oh, by the way, why are there no water projects in this area? How do people survive without water projects? Very important things that needs to get to our people will be easily tracked through this mechanism. Having spoken on the district-based service delivery model, we had a presidential coordinating council last week, which the president convened as the first PCC in this sixth administration. And it was convened last Tuesday on the 20th of August. One of the issues that came for serious discussion was the matter that we have just spoken to, that was approved by Cabinet, the district-based service delivery model. It was presented. As you will know, the PCC is attended by all our premiers. All our premiers were so excited and accepted this new innovation of having all of us working together as national, provinces, and local, focusing on service delivery at a district level. So this was an innovation that was accepted by all our premiers in the PCC. The meeting also agreed on the district's prototypes projects that needs to be visited by our president, and they are three. They include the OR Tambo district in the Eastern Cape, and the president is going there on the 17th of September. Not alone, he'll be going there with members of the executive and the deputy president, but also as we descend on the OR Tambo district, we will be descending together with the provincial government, together with the local government as well in that district, so that we then say, what are the projects that are being rolled out in that district? And to what extent are those projects, both national, provincial, local, in the public arena and also in the private arena, to what extent are those projects going to change the lives of our people for the better? District zoomed. So that's where we are going on the 17th of September, led by our president, the first such visits after the crafting of this district-based delivery model. We will be in OR Tambo. We also are working on another visit to a mining district. And the mining district we have all agreed on is a mining district in Limpopo, Waterberg. So plans are afoot to get a date where all of us as national government, led by our president, together with the provincial government of Limpopo and the district and the local authorities, will then descend in Waterberg. The third one is going to a metro, an urban metro, of course, which is the eThekwini Metro. Will also be as the first steps of us rolling out this district-based and metro-based service delivery model. These are the three areas that we will be starting with. OR Tambo District, Waterberg District, and eThekwini. Whilst we will start with these three, we, led by the president, we will be visiting all the districts in this sixth administration, all 44 of them, and all 8 metros. Again, to do what we said is the intention of the model. What is happening in each district? What projects are there? And to what extent are those projects leading to a better life for our people? Again, what are the challenges emanating from the implementation of the projects, be they national, be they provincial, be they local? So these visits will quite be important in the architecture of delivering services to our people, and basically monitoring whether those that are tasked with delivering these services, are they doing what they are expected to do. So that monitoring will come at the highest level from the president himself, going himself, as somebody will always say, going himself or himself to these areas of service delivery points, the districts, to see for himself that things are happening as they are supposed to happen, or something else is happening. And if it did, they are happening not in accordance with the plans that are there. Obviously, corrective measures will be taken on the spot. Not wait for years, not wait for months, on the spot, with the president in attendance, with the premiers in attendance, with ministers in attendance, with MSCs in attendance, with mayors in attendance, with EXCO members of the mayoral committee in attendance. We will be able to unblock whatever that is not happening as it should on the spot. So we are quite excited that we are dirtying our hands with service delivery matters and ensuring that those who have to benefit are benefiting through proper monitoring of services that are being rolled out district by district. In that PCC meeting, we also received presentations and discussed alignment of the 9 provincial growth development strategies to the government-wide medium-term strategic framework. So we are also happy that our provinces, as they plan for the next 5 years, 2019 to 2024, they are using the same framework we are using for planning at national level, the medium-term strategic framework. So this is what they are using to craft their own provincial growth development strategies for the next 5 years. So there is alignment between what national government is doing in terms of planning for the next 5 years and what all the provinces are doing planning for the next 5 years. So there's alignment in all of us being guided by the medium-term strategic framework. We are now done with the PCC. Those were the only issues that were before the PCC, the district service delivery model, and two, the alignment of all provincial growth and development strategies to the MTSF, which were presented. The third item that we are speaking to is the India, Brazil, and South Africa IPSA Fund Agreement. Cabinet approved for the submission of the IPSA Fund for the alleviation of poverty and hunger to Parliament for ratification. This agreement is between the government of the Republic of India, the government of the Federal Republic of Brazil, and the government of South Africa. The IPSA Fund was created in 2004 to pioneer impact-driven and people-centered efforts for the promotion of South-to-South cooperation. The fund has enabled South Africa to contribute meaningfully and substantively towards international efforts to alleviate extreme poverty and hunger in developing countries. It has also contributed successfully in promoting all the 17 SDGs in approximately 21 partner countries. The fourth matter we're speaking to is the fourth ministerial meeting of the African Capacity for Immediate Response to Crisis. Cabinet approved the hosting of the preparatory meeting of experts for the fourth ministerial meeting of the African Capacity for Immediate Response to Crisis volunteer nations from the 30th of August to the 3rd of September 2019. This supports and contributes to government's priorities in promoting continental and regional peace and stability, and ensuring that the African Union decisions related to harmonization of the African Capacity for Immediate Response Crisis Force and African Standby Force activities are achieved. This will further ensure that the African peace and security architecture is harmonized and operationalized. South Africa and 12 other volunteer nations are part of the African Capacity for Immediate Response to Crisis that was established in 2013 as an interim arrangement until the operationalization of the African Standby Force. On bills, Cabinet approved for the publication of the Housing Consumer Protection Bill of 2019 in the Government Gazette for public comments. The bill repeals the current Housing Consumer Protection Measures Act of 1998. This new legal framework will regulate home builders and developers, expand the protection to housing consumers, introduce effective enforcement tools, and prescribe appropriate penalties sanctions to deter non-compliance by home builders. The bill also creates an enabling environment for new entrants into the home building industry by introducing contractual provisions that ensure their sustainability in the market. Subsidy and social housing projects now fall within the ambit of the bill to ensure the protection of consumers in that segment of the housing market. Upcoming events, the first one is the TICAD Summit. President Ramaphosa will attend the 7th summit of the Tokyo International Conference on Africa Development. That's what we call TICAD, in Japan, on the 29th and the 30th of August 2019. The theme of the summit is Advancing Africa's Development through technology, innovation, and people. And of course, this theme is aligned with the AU Agenda 2063 and continental priorities for integration. This year's TICAD summit will discuss, amongst others, three overarching priorities. One, accelerating economic transformation and improving business environment through innovation and private sector engagement. Two, deepening sustainable and resilient society. And three, strengthening peace and stability. Japan's cooperation on regional and international issues is important to advancing the African agenda and realizing the principle of South-to-South cooperation. The second upcoming event is the Group 7 Summit, or Group of 7 Summit. President Cyril Ramaphosa will lead the South African delegation to the G7 Summit in France from the 24th to the 26th August 2019, following South Africa's invitation to attend as a key partner. The G7 is a forum of the 7 countries with the world's most industrialized and developed economies. They include France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the US, the United Kingdom, and Canada, whose government leaders meet annually to discuss important global economic, political, social, and security issues. The upcoming G7 summit will focus on fighting inequality, promoting gender equality, access to education, and high-quality health services. South Africa's participation in the 2019 G7 summit is guided by 4 strategic foreign policy pillars. 1, advancing national interest to attain domestic objectives. 2, enhancing the African agenda in promoting Africa's sustainable development support. 3, influencing a reformed global multilateral architecture. And 4, advancing the agenda of the South by strengthening South-to-South cooperation and North-South dialogue. Again, on matters that are upcoming, as we all know, we have the World Economic Forum on Africa coming soon. The 28th World Economic Forum on Africa will take place in Cape Town, as we all know, from the 4th to the 6th of September 2019, under the theme Shaping Inclusive Growth and Shared Futures in the 4th Industrial Revolution. The forum aims to shape regional and industry agenda for the year ahead. The program will focus on how to scale up the transformation of regional architecture related to smart institutions, investment, integration, industry, and innovation to advance the 4th Industrial Revolution. The presence of world economic leaders and heads of state in our country presents a rare opportunity for South Africa to promote itself and advance our key priority of growing our economy. Another area that is forthcoming is the 42nd General Assembly of the ISO. The South African Bureau of Standards in Cape Town will host the 2nd General Assembly of the International Organization for Standardization, that's ISO, from the 16th to the 20th September 2019. The ISO brings together experts to share their knowledge and develop voluntary consensus-based and market-relevant international standards that support innovation and provide solutions to global challenges. The 2019 ISO program will establish strategies to deal with the challenges of climate change, the digital economy, economic growth, and multilateral trade. Another forthcoming item is the Integrated Government Public Service Month, now in September, as we all know. It started with Public Service Week. We are now taking the whole month to be a Public Service Month. The upcoming program for the Public Service Month in September is a Service Delivery Improvement Program, which forms part of the Batupile Revitalization Program that promotes a professional public service culture of continued and incremental improvement in all areas of public service delivery. The 2019 Public Service Month program will be held under the theme Khawuleza, taking services to the people, Batupile. We belong, we care, we serve. This gives momentum to President Ramaphosa's call, made in his 2019 State of the Nation address, for public servants to live up to the Batupile values and principles by putting people first. The suite for the 2019 Public Service Month program includes the Tourism Month under the theme Tourism and Jobs, a better future for all. Tourism is one of the sectors that has been creating jobs. Cabinet encourages South Africans to take a short left and promote tourism in our nation by taking advantage of the annual South African National Parks, Sun Parks Week, from the 8th to the 15th of September 2019, where our national parks will be open to the public for free. Those who might think that they will be open but they will still have to pay, no. From the 8th to the 15th of September 2019, just take a short left to our national parks. The entry fee is free. South Africa is a home to 10 World Heritage Sites and an area of global need tourism. We can assure you that there might be many who have not visited their own parks. Let's take this advantage and visit our parks so that we see the good that we have as part of our heritage. Also this month we'll be celebrating Heritage Month. As we all know, heritage opens further opportunities for jobs and skills, providing platforms for performers, crafters, and subsidiary industries. There is also a need to continue in our efforts to preserve, revitalize, and promote indigenous languages as part of protecting our heritage. As we all know, also this month we'll be celebrating the Police Safety Month, initiated by the National Commemoration Day on the 1st of September in remembrance of our heroes and heroines who died in the line of duty. So we will remember our police heroes and our police women and men who died in the line of duty in this month as well. This integrated program gives effect to the National Development Plan, which highlights the need for well-run and effectively coordinated state institutions with skilled public servants who are committed to the public good and capable of delivering consistently high-quality services while prioritizing the nation's developmental objectives. On condolences, Cabinet has sent its condolences and again sent its condolences to the government and people of Tanzania after a fuel tanker explosion, tragically, that killed more than 90 people, and also wishes those injured a speedy recovery. We also, Cabinet sent its condolences to the family and friends of South African artist, designer and businesswoman Miss Carol Boyce, 65 years, who passed on Wednesday, the 14th of August 2019. Under congratulations and well wishes, Cabinet wishes Justice Edwin Cameron well, following his retirement after 25 years as a judge. Judge Cameron, who was appointed to the Constitutional Court in 2008, worked as a human rights lawyer, as we all know, during apartheid, defended those who fought against apartheid, and he was also quite key in the fight for gay and lesbian equality. Cabinet commends his long life advocacy for human rights, as well as his fight for universal access to antiretrovirals. Cabinet wishes icon musician Mr. Caiphus Semenya a blessed 80th birthday. Mr. Semenya has contributed to the South African National Songbook with classics such as Matswale, Angelina, Ziphi Nkomo, as well as the powerful collaborations like Ndiphendule with his wife, Umama Letambulu. He has worked with international music producers and received 37 Primetime Emmy Awards nominations and won 9. He also received an Emmy Award for his role in creating the Roots soundtrack. He also contributed to the score to Disney's The Lion King. Cabinet wishes the Deputy National Director of Public Prosecutions, Advocate Silas Ramaite, Senior Counsel, well, following approval by President Ramaphosa for him to take early retirement and vacate office in terms of Section 12 of our prosecuting authority. Cabinet extends its appreciation for the contribution Advocate Ramaite made in the NPA and to the administration of justice broadly over the many years of his employment in the justice sector. Cabinet congratulates Ms. Sasha Maria Schwende of investigative journalism television series Carte Blanche for her SADC Media Award entry, which won second prize in the TV category. The story that won, Follow the Guns, was a co-production that looked at the sketch of rhino poaching. Cabinet congratulates the Springboks and Banyana Banyana for flying the South African flag high and emerging victorious at the Rugby Championship and the COSAFA Women's Championship respectively. They are the pride of the nation, and their achievements are an inspiration to young and promising athletes across the country. Cabinet lastly congratulates Ms. Zozibini Tunzi, who was crowned Miss South Africa 2019, and wishes her well during her reign and tenure. She will represent the country at the Miss Universe and Miss World pageant. Under appointments, Cabinet has made and approved the reappointment of Mr. Fundisile Goodman Mketeni as the CEO of SunParks. That ends our long press statement. Thank you very much, because you are still awake. I've not seen anybody sleeping. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. will start with the Hatfield. I see there are no hands there in Pretoria.